Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the NBA awards. Some awards in my opinion are already locked up and others are still up in the air. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so starting off, I have the Coach of the Year. At the beginning of the season, I could have called Brad Stevens a lock for sure. But as of now, Mike D'Antoni really seems like huge competition for him. The winner last year, and he has a really strong case this year too. Now, at the beginning of the season, the Celtics looked great. The 16-game winning streak, incorporating all these different players in perfectly. But as of now, are 4 of 4 in their last 8 games, while the Rockets, despite the loss against the Lakers, have been great. D'Antoni has incorporated Chris Paul extremely well. People were worried that they weren't going to be able to operate early on, but Mike D'Antoni has been masterful in incorporating Chris Paul into the offense. The Rockets have also been quite surprising in their defense this season. It's definitely not as bad. And speaking of defense, there's the Celtics, who are the #1 defense in the entire league. Their offense definitely isn't the best in the league, but their defense has been great, and that's what's getting them all these wins. So Brad Stevens right now, I still have him as a front runner. I think people don't like voting for the same person 2 years in a row for Coach of the Year, so I still have him as #1. But Mike D'Antoni is right there, right behind him for the award. Next up, I have Rookie of the Year. I got Ben Simmons as a lock for this award, with his biggest competition being Donovan Mitchell. Now Simmons is a lock in my opinion. His stats have been great. First in assists, first in total rebounds, second in points only to Donovan Mitchell. The Sixers have also had great success, despite Joel Embiid has been out for many games this season already. Now as a 7-footer, Simmons has amazing vision, great athleticism, and he's able to guard point guards as a 7-footer. He can guard all 5 positions. That's extremely impressive for a rookie. Now he is one of those players like Joel Embiid, like Blake Griffin, who were out a year and then came into the league, and that definitely did give him an advantage, but that shouldn't take away from the fact of how great he's been this season. Now let's get on to the biggest competition I see for him, Donovan Mitchell. Now Donovan Mitchell has really picked up where Gordon Hayward left, being a great part of their offense and really helping them get wins despite the fact that Rudy Gobert has been out for so long. The fact that as a rookie he's put up such great numbers is really impressive. But I still gotta have Ben Simmons as a lock for this award. Next up, Defensive Player of the Year. I had trouble finding a clear frontrunner for this award, as Rudy Gobert was really the clear frontrunner in my opinion before the injury. But since then, I really can't find a person that I can put in as a lock for this award, or even someone that's a definite frontrunner for it. Now the Celtics have the best defense in the entire league, but the Celtics also play team defense. There's no real person at the forefront for their defense, someone that really carries the load for them on the defensive end. The closest thing to that is Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is also a bench player, and I'm not sure if there's ever been a Defensive Player of the Year who's come off the bench. That seems kind of unlikely and not something people would vote for. So as of now, I can't find a clear frontrunner for this award, so it's definitely not a lock for anybody. MIP. I got this down as a lock for Victor Oladipo, with his biggest competition being Kristaps. I'm giving Oladipo the lock for this award, despite how great Kristaps has been. The biggest reason is Oladipo has been a shock. It's been amazing seeing him break out. Now Kristaps also has breaking out, of course, but I expected him to be great this season. If you watch my video of 5 players who will break out next season, I definitely put him on that video, but Oladipo was not on that video because I didn't see this coming. Now Oladipo is leading the Pacers to the 4th seed, with only young players around him and not really a roster that you would expect to be the 4th seed. Even though it's the East, it's still extremely impressive seeing him do so well. Now Kristaps has also been impressive, leading a really bad roster to almost a playoff spot to even an 8th seed, a fringe playoff team. If you're wondering about either of these players' stats, you can check out my MIP video to see their stats. But as of now, and I really can't see anyone winning the Most Improved Player award over Victor Oladipo. I got this award as a lock. Alright, last but not least, I have the MVP award. Now, my front runner for MVP right now is James Harden. But in my opinion, this is by no means a lock, as I got his biggest competition as LeBron James. Now, James Harden is very close to being a lock, especially with that 51-point performance he had against the Lakers. But despite that, I can't give this a lock. My MVP pick seems to change about every day between these two. Definitely not as close as last year, but this race is still extremely close. James Harden leads the NBA in points. He's third in assists, while LeBron is third in points, second in assists. Now, James Harden has a history of being snubbed, but this really does feel like his year, finally. People could say that he deserved the MVP in 2015. People can also argue he deserved it last year, but this year definitely seems like his year. I'm okay with both players winning the award, since I would love for more and more players to be MVP caliber. I do not want to see James Harden retire as that guy who finished second 3 times and never won the award. I'd also like to see LeBron get that 5th MVP and tie with MJ for 5 MVPs to get the discussion even more closer between who's better between the two. So as of now, I do not have this award as a lock, because I could still see LeBron somehow winning this award. Say James Harden's productivity drops off, or the Rockets aren't doing as well as they were. Say the Warriors taking back the first seed, while the Cavs take the first seed in their conference. So anything could happen in this award race. So I'm really not sure who's going to win it. Either way, I'll be happy seeing such an exciting MVP race. Thanks for watching. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and leaves a comment. It means a lot. I try to reply to as many people as I can. Feel free to leave a like and leave some feedback, especially on what awards you guys consider as a lock and which awards that shouldn't be locks. Alright guys, see you next time. Make sure to subscribe.